There's 4 major ways to hide your credit card usage from the credit bureaus, and all 4 ways involve adjusting your credit card usage. Credit card usage or utilization makes up 30% of your score, and it's one of the most damaging aspects of your score in the short term. Just look at how much my score fluctuated over recent months due to changes in my spending patterns. You don't want to get caught up using too much of your credit card's available limit, especially if you're trying to get approved for a home loan, where every point counts. So you want to maintain your best possible score at all times. And I was surprised to learn that the best strategy for hiding your credit card usage is also the best strategy for exactly when to pay your credit card bill each month. They're literally one and the same. And did you know if you're using a charge card, then you're already hiding your utilization from the credit bureaus? And some of the most popular charge cards are from Amex. And as you can see here, you have the Platinum card, Amex Gold card that comes in multiple colors, by the way, and the green card that was recently revamped. And so those cards are charge cards. So what those cards do is that they don't actually give you a predetermined credit limit. So check this out. Amex themselves say because your card is a charge card rather than a credit card, you pay your balance in full each month. As a charge card, you'll have the financial flexibility of no preset spending limit on purchases. Even though there's no preset spending limit on purchases does not mean unlimited spending. Your purchases are approved based on a variety of factors, including current spending patterns, your payment history, credit record, and financial resources known to us. So what this all means is that you don't actually get a credit limit, but they judge you on a transaction by transaction basis. That's what Amex does. And so what they actually give you is something called spending power. And you really don't know too much about, but you can actually test that. You can log into your Amex account and you can see what your spending power is actually on a transaction basis. But what this ultimately means is that they don't report credit utilization to the credit agencies because they can't calculate it without first determining your credit limit. And since they don't give you one, this is how it shows up. It shows up as NA or not applicable, no credit limit reported. So during typical usage with an Amex charge card, you're going to be paying that total balance every single month. Now, they have released in recent years the ability to pay it and plan it. And this is what it looks like. So you can actually pay for every transaction on a transaction by transaction basis. So you can just go ahead and choose to pay that balance off on that same day. Or you can plan it, and that's kind of their version of a buy now, pay later product. But for most situations, you're going to be paying your card off on a monthly basis. But regardless, they're not going to be reporting your credit utilization to the agencies. And so what this means is that anytime that you're using and putting most of your spend on one of these charge cards, they're not going to be reporting that to the credit agencies, and they're really only going to be looking at your payment history. So you really don't have to be worried about how much you charge to the card during a monthly basis. I want to be in full control of what usage the bureaus see. And that's why I like to say I want to be reported to, not reported on. And that's the ability today's sponsor Aura gives me. The ability to get millisecond updates on who's checking my credit, my home deed, my car title, my identity in any way. Like when it notified me that CVS of all places verified my identity. Like, I'm not upset that they checked, but it's good to be aware that they did it. Aura automatically removes me from lists that data brokers use for marketing so I don't get unwanted robocalls selling fake car warranties. You guys know I have a very active credit profile with close to 30 cars in rotation, so it makes me feel better knowing I have a solution like Aura always on watch. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial just by clicking the link below. Just type in aura.com/Cal Barton. So the next way that you can hide your utilization is by using business cards. Now don't be worried because just about anybody can use a business card as long as it's used for business purposes. And all you need to be is a sole proprietor. And to be a sole proprietor, all you need to do is have the intention of earning money by going into business. And what that means is its most basic level is that all you need to do is sell products on eBay. You can cut grass, whatever it is, you can use a business card for those types of transactions associated with a money-making strategy. One of the best cards to use is one of these Chase Ink business cards. I like the Chase Ink Business Unlimited. I have links below, and you can get unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. It comes with a $750 cash back bonus. So if you go down to business info, it says legal business structure. You can see in the drop down that all you have to do, you don't have to be a corporation or LLC, which requires you to file documents, and you don't have to be a nonprofit. You can actually be a sole proprietorship, and you can do that today and just decide that you're a sole proprietorship. Tomorrow, you're going to use that card to, buy equipment for your lawn care business. You can easily do that. So what you would do is that if you did have an LLC, let's say you had an LLC, right? A lot of people don't know that even if you have poor personal credit, which you need good credit to get this card, you can use the EIN that you have for your LLC that you already established, and somebody else can personally guarantor this card by putting in their social security number. And so what that means is that you can have a partner and you guys can both be working on the same business and be using that EIN for the business, but your partner who has good credit can guarantor that card. A lot of people don't understand that you can do this. It really opens the door to just about everybody to get access to business credit. So this is exactly how I improve my utilization on my personal cards, by shifting over all that spend from my personal side that was related to business, related to my business, Barton Media, all that spending that I had on like subscriptions for video editing or email marketing. I was able to shift that over to the Amex card. And so now you can see I'm able to easily clear the 800 FICO score, and I'm at 802 right now. If I scroll down, you can see that my utilization is at 3% right now. I'm usually able to keep that even lower than 3%. And another benefit is that it allows you to easily separate your personal from your business transaction, business purchases. And that makes it super easy and simple to do your yearly taxes when it comes to business and then personal. And so what happens when you start using these business cards is it reports to the business credit bureaus. Like here you have PayNet is one of them. You got Equifax Business. You got Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, Small Business Financial Exchange, and you have FICO Small Business Scoring Service. So all that payment history, all those transactions are going to be reported to the business side, allowing you to increase your business credit score. And still, you're still doing these personal transactions for your home, for food, for dining on the personal side. So you're able to build up both at the same time. The next strategy you can try to use is doing a personal to business balance transfer. And thank you to my subscriber who notified me and really taught me about this a few weeks ago. So technically, when you're using a business card, it really needs to be used for business purchases. So if you're in the situation that I was in, that I was legitimately putting business spend onto the personal cards, then you would have a really legitimate reason to transfer those balances over to a business card. And then you would actually have to find a business card that allows balance transfers. There seems to be fewer cards that allow that process to happen, but they are out there. So you definitely want to be reasonable and use the cards as intended. Now, it might not catch up with you immediately or the next time, but typically how this works in the financial industry is that if it keeps occurring, it will raise red flags, and you definitely want to be on the up and up and just using your cards as they were built to be used. What I love about credit utilization is that it updates so fast. I mean, usually it happens if you do something where you pay off a credit card in 1 month, it usually is reported on the next month's score. So you'll see it reflected pretty much immediately on your FICO score. And so if you do that transfer from the personal side to the business side, you should see a vastly improved, dramatically improved score by the next month. The next method you could use is pay your credit card bill more frequently and intentionally. Some cards allow you to pay your card as quickly as a week, like the X1 card allows me to do that. Another card that's on the business side is the Divvy card. It's a corporate card specifically, and they let you pay on a weekly basis as well. Another strategy of attack you could use is to pay your credit card bill in the most simple but most effective way possible. Now let's take a look at my Citi Custom Cash Card, for example, to see how I would pay this bill to get the best possible FICO score in the outcome. What you would do is pay attention to this billing period. This gives you your opening date and your closing date. And so you want to pay 95% of your statement balance, right? This is your statement balance. It says new balance. You can even exchange that with a statement balance. My statement balance is $72.47. So I want to pay 95% of this amount, which is $72, and I want to pay it 2 days before my closing date, which is May 24th in this case. All right, so that's how you start it off. So pay 95% 2 days before your statement closing date. Now, then you want to pay the rest, which is 5%, 2 days after that closing date. What this means is that only 5% will be reported to the credit agencies because the reporting happens near or on that closing date. And so as long as you're paying 95%, then you only have 5% left over to be reported to the credit agencies. Now, once you pay the rest of that balance off 2 days after your closing date, you have 0% of that balance left. And so you won't be charged any interest for that billing period. What this allows you to do is stay squarely in the pocket, in the best possible part of your credit utilization to get the best FICO score for you in your situation. And I just want to show you guys, this is the FICO scoring company itself says FICO score high achievers on average have a ratio of less than 7% for utilization. So what this allows you to do is clear that. So you go in below 7%, you're going to be at 5% for the month, reporting to the credit agencies. That's going to put you in a better position than the FICO score high achievers. And this is going to allow you to get your best FICO score. And essentially, you're going to be hiding all of your usage. You know, for all intents and purposes, you're hiding 95% of your usage for that month. Hiding your utilization is great, but if none of these solutions work for you, then I have the next best thing. You can dramatically reduce your credit utilization rate just by increasing your available credit limits. So check out the next video where I show you a card that approved me for an $8,000 starting credit limit before approval, and I'll leave a link below to my free credit limit increase cheat sheet. Thank you for watching.